Hey there, this is Joakim with the Systems Alliance, and in this video, we're going to go ahead and go over Black Ops 4 and Activision's new choice to top what they did with charging $1 for just a red dot, the little red reticle that they were selling before. Well, now for $2, you can get a smiley face, and it's not even as good as the one they show you? So first I want to start out by pointing out one of the comments in my previous video that really stood out to me. And it was basically saying, so Activision thinks its own game of Black Ops 4 is worth 60 red dots. And that's basically what it comes down to. Because if you have to pay the $60 for the actual game, and for $1 they're charging you for a red dot, they're saying 60 little red dots is equal to Black Ops 4. So either they're saying their product is really full of garbage, or, obviously, which is more likely the case, the red dot isn't worth $1. And really, that's on top of the game already charging you, $60 for just a regular game, but you can't even do anything, so you have to shell out another $50 or so for the season pass just to get the actual maps and things that should come with the base game. So Activision is already ripping you off with that alone. And for those of you who say, well, games need to charge this money so they can keep, the servers going, blah, blah, blah. Well, a lot of games either do one or the other. Either you buy a season pass or you have a store. Well, they're doing both, and both are pretty egregious because you're really not getting much for them. It's just stuff you had in previous games. And speaking of that, from previous games, being Black Ops 1, other previous Black Ops games, you're bringing back the same little reticle, which is just a smiley face. I mean, a smiley face. One of the most simple things to do in the world. They want to charge you $2 for it. So take a look here at this smiley face, right? It is this pink smiley face. It's got the little cheeks on it. Okay, should be free, should be just a joke thing, but they're actually charging you $2 for it. And not only that, it's a legendary item, really, a smiley face, something that they gave away for free and just came with the previous games, is now legendary. So they're not creating new things. They're not giving you new things to do in the game, new things to have in the game. They're taking old things, removing them from the game, and then charging you for it if you want it in the new game. That's not inventing anything new. That's just called ripping people off. That would be like if you made a car and every single year you had to charge more for each individual item, but really the base car would come without it. So in other words, oh, you want air conditioning? Well, I thought we've had air conditioning forever. Well, we have, but now you have to pay extra for air conditioning. Well, what? Power steering? Cars have had power steering forever. Yeah, but now that's an extra feature.
Just left out a couple of things. Rust proofing. Rust proofing? Transport charge, storage surcharge, additional overcharge, finder's fee.
Finder's fee was on the lot.
Yeah, that's right. And floor mats, keys.
Keys?
They're gonna start it.
They're not adding extra features like a Tesla and like all this electronics like in a Mercedes or a Jaguar. They're not adding that. What they're doing is taking basic features that used to be in the game and then charging extra for it by taking them out of the game and just making you pay. It's pretty egregious in my opinion. But take a look here at the actual screenshot of the smiley face. So one, it's not pink, it's green, but when taking a look at it, it's not even the same smiley face. It doesn't have the cheeks or anything. I mean, granted, we're talking about a smiley face here. So really, none of this should matter at all. We shouldn't even be talking about it, except for the fact that you're getting so ripped off and Activision seems so hard up for cash at this point. So they already had this reticle in Black Ops 1. They had the reticle in Black Ops 3, though they made it more of a smirk than a smile. But the point is, you already had this. Now you want to charge for it? You want to charge $2 for it? So you're saying 30 smiley faces is worth the same as Black Ops 4 to Activision. That's basically what they're telling us. And honestly, not even, because the game is half price already. So have that. 15 smiley faces is worth as much as Black Ops 4. It really makes no sense to me. And the funny part is, as I mentioned, it's not even the same smiley face. On the one in the store, you have your cheeks. It looks a little more sharp. In-game, it's a little bit more dull, just a simple smiley face, nothing, no cheeks added. I mean, I really wonder what it's like to be in the boardroom or of the people creating and saying, yeah, this is something we want to release. Because honestly, they must just be laughing it up, or at the same time, they're scared to death because they know the game isn't that great, and the only way to save, I guess, Activision at this point is to monetize it, or else more people are going to be fired, or, I'm not even sure, because it doesn't sound like a very fun company at this point to work for. But to me, once again, a little egregious here. And speaking of a bait and switch going on in the Black Ops marketplace, just take a look at this. You have a reticle, which is a bullet, and you have the little star at the top, you have the little funny face. Yeah, I mean, you have a lot of detail in this bullet, I mean, at least for as far as a reticle goes. But then you see what you actually get in-game. Just a cheap, it's almost, if you ever go on Amazon and you see a nice painting, and then, it's basically a bunch of people overseas being paid to paint you the same painting. But just like if you go to an art class and, they have the painting there and everyone paints the same thing. I mean, you get some that are decent, some that are poor. This is like the same thing. It came out crappy. It's a crappy version of what they said they were selling. And obviously people are not happy about this, as you can see here. It's like, it's not what I paid for. Right, but with Treyarch, with Black Ops, with Activision, you don't get what you pay for. This is what you get. So not only did they charge you $60 for half a game, and then charge you $50 just to get basically the whole game, then on top of that they have the microtransactions for stuff that you had for free in previous games that they've then removed just so you have to buy them in the current game. Then they artificially slowed progression just so you would have to end up buying these items, be more likely to spend actual money on these items, because otherwise it'd be almost impossible to get them. I mean, this is a Smiley Face that's a legendary. I mean, a little ridiculous. And then with the whole Blizzard thing going on, Bungie taking Destiny with them, you would think, wow, maybe they're just really hard up for cash right now. Maybe Black Ops just isn't doing well. Well, Black Ops has actually made Activision over $1 billion in just under the first month. So obviously it's already past that now, and that was just based on game sales. Doesn't even include all the microtransactions and everything like that. So with a number like that, you'd have to wonder, like, wow, what's really going on over there? But then you have to take a look at their game library. I mean, take Blizzard out of it. Let's just see what else Activision has going for it besides Blizzard. So, okay, you have Call of Duty, Ninja Turtles, Tony Hawk. That's not really doing much lately. Snoopy? Like, wait, what? A little Transformers game? Crash Bandicoot, Spyro, Ghostbusters games. And of course, they've already killed super profitable franchises like Guitar Hero. So they don't really have that much left, and that sucks. And it sucks because they've put monetization over the quality of a game. And when you do that too much, you burn your fans out, you burn your audience out. So in other words, Destiny, once again, perfect example, that could have been, a game of the century. It could have been the biggest thing in the world, but instead they just focus on monetization. How can we monetize this? How can we milk every last dime out of our customer and just rip them off, get the gambling addicts in there, take thousands of their dollars? How can we do that? Let's try and do that as much as possible, and then not really focus on the game so much. And guess what happens? People stop playing it. You can't take money from your fans if the game is bad. If the game is good, fans will give you their money. It's just like this. It's how it works. It's how consumers work. It's how anything in business works. It's just crazy that they don't see this. But I mean, with their stock tanking, with Bungie leaving, with them being sued now, it just makes sense that they don't really know how to run a good business. Let's just put it out there at this point. Right now, Activision sucks at running a business. They just are making every single wrong move. And bad PR does not help you, and definitely more than cancels out the money they're going to get from a $2 Smiley Face. So anyway, let me know your thoughts about all of this. Do you think Activision, is this a desperation move, or is this just par for the course for them? Is this just what they would do even if they were raking in all the money? Because obviously $1 billion on just sales alone of Call of Duty Black Ops 4 is not enough for them. So let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. Be sure to like, subscribe, share, hit me up on Twitter, and we'll catch you later.